Good morning. I want to do a snapshot today talking about student privacy. You know, a couple of years ago, House Bill 358 was passed and it put some things in place, and geez, 18 months later, people are starting to ask questions about it. So let me address that a little bit. You know, in schools, just by virtue of the work that we do, we get all kinds of sensitive information about kids and their families. And so for decades, the federal law, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, FERPA, for decades, FERPA has protected records and information from disclosure. So people recognize, yeah, we're going to gather as schools, we're going to gather that kind of information, but it ought to be protected and not be broadcast or let out or displayed, except under certain really narrow kind of circumstances. Well, decades ago, our state adopted a similar FERPA, a similar Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, paralleled the federal one, made a couple of tweaks here and there. But a year and a half ago, the legislature adopted some additional amendments to that law that made these protections much stronger, protections for families. And you know what? As a dad and if you can believe it, as a grandpa, I have a real interest in my kids and grandkids' information not, being made public. And so I'm quite supportive of this, and I think we're all supportive of this. So questions come, when is it appropriate and under what circumstances is it appropriate to share information that we have gathered appropriately with partners in industry or otherwise that might be out there and want to work with us in helping kids really achieve their dreams and their potential and all of that. Well, let me suggest that there's a trump card that allows it under every circumstance, and that's parental permission. See, if we say to a parent, we would like to release this specific information to these specific people for this specific purpose, and the parent says, okay, and they sign a thing that addresses those, then that information can be shared. Now, by the same token, do not be just sharing information with outside folks. Work through the district so that we can make sure we've got a memorandum of understanding with that outside entity, whether that's a business partner, whether that's a community partner, whether that's an employer, prospective employer, or something like that. We've got this draconian memorandum of understanding that if people want to have information shared with them, frankly, we want to share it with them as well because it's good for the kids. But before we're going to share any information, they're going to take part, they're going to sign this memorandum of understanding that ensures that that information is only this information, only to these people, and only for that purpose, and doesn't go anywhere further. That's a balance I think we can strike that's best for our kids, best for our families, and protects that information from being displayed out everywhere where who knows where it could go, where it ought not go. Thanks for all you do.